Your time right now is 8:15. We'll start things off on the watch warning map. Tropical storm and hurricane warnings are in place. Hurricane warnings for the offshore waters and for the Mississippi coast. Tropical storm warnings for everyone else. And this all has to do with Sally. Now, of course, there's a wind threat attached to a hurricane, but there's also a flooding and significant storm surge threat. And you know that even with a Category 1, storm surge can be significant. So don't underestimate it. Storm surge warnings are up for all of Baldwin County, southern Mobile County, and the Mississippi coast. And we'll show you in just a moment exactly what the storm surge is projected to be. As of for rainfall, we're getting a little bit of that. It's tracking east to west along the outer bands of Sally. Most of the rain is east of I-65. Most of the rain is light to moderate, but it's starting to get a bit more consistent, and we're starting to see the coverage get a little more widespread. Now, by tonight, the rain intensity is really going to ramp up, and the wind threat's going to ramp up. In fact, from tonight all the way through Wednesday morning, the weather here on the Gulf Coast will not be very pleasant. Now, Sally is a strong tropical storm with maximum sustained winds at 65 miles an hour. And look at all of the rain that's training in on the bad side of the center. That is exactly where we are going to be for the next couple of days. She's moving northwest at 8. Now, that front that's going to bring us such good weather for the weekend and that fall air we've been longing for, it's going to move Sally away from us. It's going to steer Sally to the east, but until it moves in, Sally's going to stop and stall before taking that turn to the north and east. So the strongest winds will come tomorrow afternoon. The maximum sustained winds get up to 85 miles an hour, so a strong Category 1, then weakens back to a tropical storm by tomorrow night. Back to a tropical depression by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon, and then it moves away. Now, you still have a large cone, which means although the center is projected to be right here along this line, there's still the chance it could jog a little farther east towards parts of Mobile County and Mobile Bay. That's not likely to happen, but it is a possibility. So we have to watch very closely for any last-minute track changes that occur with Sally, and be ready for that and plan ahead. Plan for a high wind event, but mostly plan for a significant flooding and storm surge threat. The storm surge could be up to 4 to 6 feet for Mobile Bay and the coastlines along Dauphin Island and Gulf Shores. 5 to 8 foot storm surge between Ocean Springs and Pascagoula. 2 to 4 foot storm surge along parts of the Escambia Bay and off the coast of Pensacola Beach. So if you live near the water and you live in a flood-prone zone, be ready for that. On the Futurecast, we see the coverage of rain stay mostly east of I-65 through mid-morning. Then look what happens when we get to late afternoon and into early this evening. The rain bands get more widespread and they start to get more intense. By the time we get to midnight tonight, that's when we start to see heavy rain everywhere from about Atmore to the beach, and the wind intensity starts to pick up. So tonight is basically when the bad weather threat starts, and it doesn't end until Wednesday morning. Once we get to the end of the week, things are going to be looking good around here, and by the weekend, they're going to be looking exceptionally good because fall air is going to move in. Morning temperatures drop to the mid-60s, the high temperatures right around 80 for both Saturday and Sunday, and the weather for the weekend expected to be mostly dry, and we will have earned it. We will